Next, take the door frame and hinge, give it a prime, and then paint it the same colour as the fuselage, and then keep that aside ready for after the next stage, where you take your lining template, cut out to the same specifications and dimensions that you see here, and then glue that into position. Once you've done that, take your door and your hinge and just gently put the hinge into position like so, and then take your hinge and then slide the door frame down into assembly. Now, when we skin it later, I've removed the paint from the surface so that the skin fits neater and properly on there. So as you can see, we've got the door frame in place. Okay, and that completes up to part 78, where from next we're going to be putting the two halves together up to parts 80. So just carefully look at the instructions about how to glue the two halves together, making sure that everything fits in there nicely. Just test fit everything first, and once you're happy, glue that down into position and then clamp it with some modeller's clamps or even some tooth pegs. Okay. In part 81 onwards, we're going to be doing the outside skin. So as per the instructions, cut out and then glue the adhesive sheet to the aluminium sheet. Okay, and once you've done that, we're going to cut out part A to A, as you can see here. So we cut that out so the sticky side is on that side. Alright, now once you've done that, just put that to the side and take the assembly from earlier. As you can see, we've now got fixed the two halves together, and just test fit the skin wrapping around the fuselage like so. Okay, and then once you've done that, we need to mark off where the ribs are going to be meeting onto the fuselage plate, ready for adding the rivets. Now, as you can see, that's in part 86 on the instructions, all the way up to 90. Okay, so go ahead and do that, mark off the rivet lines, etc., and then we're going to be applying the rivets and then gluing this section onto the fuselage. Okay. Now, as you can see, we've got the template and we've got it all marked off as per the instructions on page 49 and 89 through to 90, and it's done on the inside as well, so that when we actually come to using the rivet tool, we'll be doing it on the inside of the plate so that the rivets stick out on the outside when we then fit that to our assembly. Okay, so using a modeller's mat, a steel rule and your pounce wheel, your rivet marker, line up the holes like so, and then just gently run the rivet tool across like so, and that will give you, as you can see there, you can just about see the rivet lines. Okay, so continue to do that, and then after we've done that, we're then going to be sticking it to the fuselage assembly. So as you can see, we've now got the rivets placed on the outside, and next, as per the instructions, give it a good clean up on the inside with some emery paper, and then following the instructions, glue the panel to the fuselage using an instant adhesive like CA, or you can use another based glue that at least gives you a bit of movement. Okay, an epoxy resin glue. Okay. Now, as you can see, we've got the first outside skin fitted to the fuselage assembly, so continue with parts A2B and A2C on the fuselage, and then once you've done that, do the other side, A2F, A2E and A2D, and that completes this pack.